Hi, haven't done much since 2020 started, and I've lately been working on some altered junk folders, sort of like the junk journals, but maybe not so much detail because I think that's a little hard as a first project. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. A lot of these things are stuff that I've either collected or had made a long time ago. And these are some of the cover papers right here. Let's see if you can see it's got some stitching in it, some handwriting elements in different languages, Italian mostly. And it's got one side that I did some stamping and some antiquing and some spray painting and all kinds of different kinds of techniques. And on the other side, it's got some handmade paper, and you can see some of the botanical elements in there. So it's kind of interesting, and that's what I used for part of this stuff. The other part of the cover I made from this page, which is similar to this. This would be the background that I would have made one of these pages from, but this just has some alcohol ink splattered on it and a little bit of very faint paint on it with a slight glimmer of metallic inks, and this one is kind of messy on both sides, but that's okay. That's what I used for the cover of this. And this is the folder that I'm presently making. Some of the things that I'm using for this are some antique coffee dyed lace. I dyed that this morning, and I still have the coffee that I'm not going to drink because I dipped the lace in there. I use a glue stick. Any kind of glue will do. This is one of the elements I found in my mom's sewing supplies, and it's vintage. It must be from the 1940s, and I actually used something like this in one of the elements of the book. Some of the other things that I needed are scissors, bone folder, which again isn't a real bone folder, but it's real bone. This is my distressing tool that I made because I'm too cheap to buy one, and this is the Distress Oxide Vintage Photo Ranger Tim Holtz, and this is another one that I've had for ages, and it's a darker color. Okay, back to the little pamphlet. This is the pamphlet that opens from both sides. These pictures are pictures that I gleaned from a book. Here we have one of the cutouts from the antique doily, and this is some gauze that I coffee stained. This little tag comes out, and you can do some journaling on there. There's some music pages that I've got. Opening it up on the left, I've got a page of French pronunciation, little envelope here with a little place where you can see this Beauty in the Enchanted Palace. And that goes in there, tucks in there. And then up here, remember I was talking about, well, this is just a little page for journaling. It looks very ugly, but you know, you write notes on anything. This is a little booklet that I made, and this is called a belly band. And it's one of those antique or vintage items that I found in my mom's sewing book. And this is a little book that I made for journaling, and actually sewed this one. The pages are kind of different. In the center, I sewed this part in, and it's got 3 sections. This one was a paper that I collected from kids' work. It says oops, and it's got a little bird on it. I thought it was so cute, and you could journal on there if you forgot something. This is a journaling card, and you could do a little bit of writing on there. Inside here, there's a little tag with some it's a fabric pattern for making something that I just glued. I find that the tissue is very good, and it's almost the right color. This little envelope opens up here, and this is some coffee stained paper. Inside here is another book that is good for journaling. And you can see it's for journaling because it's got a pen on one side and a plume on the other side. And I don't think this plume came from this particular animal, but anyway, and I just kind of gathered it together. And I like this page because it was from a book, and it's got some very good quotes, and it says, "What makes a treasure? Illusion is the first of all pleasures, Oscar Wilde, and a rattlesnake that doesn't bite teaches you nothing." On this side, I've got another journaling element here. You could put a little bit of journaling on here. This is just a little card. I like the picture. And this is a coffee stained and antiqued piece of coffee filter paper. And I love London, so I had to have something about London in there. This is another little pocket here. And inside there's a little card for journaling, and it says love. And if you read this quote, you can see what it's all about. And inside here is a little tri-folded little page for journaling. And that's as far as I've got on this point. I still have to do this side and something on the back, and then I have to figure out how to close it. But that's what I've been doing, so hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.